let's move on to the next topic.
All right, this one is from Mike. Hey, John, big fan. Did you hear Ryan Reynolds say he and his team are working on Deadpool 3 and it will go in a different direction? What do you think this means? And are you supposed to hear that this movie may end up happening? Also, loved your rant on Leslie Jones the other day.
Well,
surprised.
First of all, speaking about guys we love around here, Ryan Reynolds, just like one of the good Canadian kid, one of the best guys in this business. Look, we have just all kind of believed, and I said on the Weekly Hero this week, it's a foregone conclusion. There is not going to be a Deadpool 3. Disney is not going to be in the business of doing an R-rated thing, regardless of whatever His High Lord and Majesty Bob Iger said. It's just not going to happen. So Ryan Reynolds, for those of you who don't know the story, he's in China right now promoting the release of Once Upon a Deadpool in China. And he's doing all sorts of these crazy things in China to promote it. But as a little tag-on end to this conversation, he mentions Deadpool 3. This is out of Variety. His team was already at work on Deadpool 3, he added, but didn't directly address whether it would be made with Chinese censors in mind. He did say, however, that in the third installment, they were looking to go in a completely different direction, saying that often they reboot or change a character maybe like 4 movies too late. Which is, okay, what? What? Now, the first thing that comes to my mind about this comment is this. A lot of people and writers and producers will develop something that never has any chance of actually getting made. So I don't know if this is a situation where Ryan Reynolds is like, hey, look, nobody's officially told me they're pulling the plug on Deadpool, so I'm just going to move forward and develop a third. Or I don't know if this is a situation where he's had a conversation with Alan Horn or Bob Iger or somebody else at Disney that said, we're still open to it, put some together. So I don't know if this is wishful thinking on Ryan Reynolds' part. I don't know if this is Disney saying, hey, yeah, there is a chance, put something together and show us something. But I thought this was a property that was dead and in the buried. I thought this thing was buried. As dead as Deadpool, Who Cannot Die, can be. I would love this to happen, but Rob, I still don't believe it's going to happen. What do you make of Ryan Reynolds' comments?
Here's what I was thinking. So the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we've seen political thrillers, we've seen heist movies, we've seen comedies, but we haven't seen a parody.
True.
I think that if you made a Deadpool 3, and because it's Disney, Deadpool could be a balls-to-the-wall PG-13 parody that you bring all of the characters from the MCU or anybody who wants to participate, and Deadpool shows up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and goes on a romp.
Could you do a PG-13 version of Deadpool kills the MCU?
I think something like that. You don't have to have the bloodletting or the celebrating National Women's Day jokes or whatever.
Right.
You don't have to do that. But if you did just a complete parody with Deadpool, and he like you said, it's a totally different direction, but clearly a Deadpool movie with every MCU character, it could be hilarious.
Now, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, there is a quite beloved kind of Elseworld story comic run that Marvel has done. They've done it twice. But it's called Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, where he literally goes through and kills every Marvel character you can possibly think of. Now, I've said before, Robert, before Deadpool came out, and before they made the official announcement that it would be rated R, I always said, look, you can do Deadpool PG-13. I made that argument. I stand by that argument. You can. But now that you've done Deadpool rated R, can you go back to a PG? See, to me, it would be more challenging. It would have been easier to start off Deadpool as a PG-13 than to go balls to the wall rated R and then reel that back in. That seems like it would be a little bit challenging to me.
I think that's why you go parody, where you don't have to tell more borderline X-rated jokes. You don't have to show the bloodletting. You turn it into, you make it a fish out of water story. You make it a crazy surrealistic journey through the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Deadpool, the whole premise could be like, how did I get here? Like, I used to be over there. Like, and the whole thing could be like he was living in the Fox X-Men universe.
You could really go fourth wall breaking on this.
It could be the most fourth wall breaking, weird pop culture reflexivity. it could be really interesting. And I think that if they allowed it to happen, because they haven't done a parody, they've taken themselves.
Yeah.
One of the only things the Marvel Cinematic Universe could do that's totally different is to make fun of itself.
Well,
and who better than Deadpool?
Okay, the way you described it, sign me up. I never would have thought that possible. The way you describe it, completely sign me up.